Jai Bharat, all my dear Advaitians. Welcome to Advait Achievers. So now in this segment, we will be discussing the C4 pathway. I hope children you remember the adaptations that the plant has developed to avoid photorespiration, right? That was clear, we discussed that in the previous video. In this segment, now we are going to understand the process, or we are going to clear it off the C4 pathway, right? Children, we have mentioned this earlier, it is also called as the Hertzsprung pathway. So remember that. Alright, now we will be drawing a figure, and along with that we will try to understand the process. Okay, I am going to draw two cells just to make you understand the process. As such, of course, we have learned the figure in the previous video, the arrangement, right? But as of now, here I will be just showing you the two cells, that is the one mesophyll cell and one bundle sheath cell, right? We will be taking up that way. So say if this is the upper epidermis, right, which is of course covered by cuticle, and then there is this mesophyll cell, right. So this what we have shown is the mesophyll cell, right, and below this we will be drawing the bundle sheath cell. Alright, so this what we are making is the bundle sheath cell, right? Alright, now we know when the light will be incident on this, right? Carbon dioxide is going to be taken in, okay? So this we have drawn as what, the epidermis, right? And what is being taken in? Carbon dioxide. Okay, that is being taken in. So what has happened now? That CO2 which enters, carbon dioxide which enters the mesophyll cell is combining with water which is already present inside the cell, right? And it gets converted into carbonic acid, okay? See, here I won't be able to accommodate all the reactions, so few reactions I am showing on the outside part. And this combination requires an enzyme called carbonic anhydrase, okay? So in simple terms, if I am putting the reaction over here, water plus carbon dioxide, right, gets converted into carbonic acid, right? For this reaction, the enzyme responsible is carbonic anhydrase. Right, this enzyme is required. As soon as carbonic anhydrase works on this, that is the carbonic acid is formed, it splits into H plus and the bicarbonate ions. So I am showing that splitting over here. Right, it splits into the protons and the bicarbonate ions. So here I won't be able to show the whole of the form. I am just showing you in simple that what is being formed is, I will take here directly the bicarbonate ion, okay? Right, this is clear. And of course we will remember this process कि यहाँ पे एंजाइम जरूरी था, वो रिएक्शन हमने यहाँ पे लिखा हुआ है. Okay, now it means what, that right now carbon dioxide has been fixed in the form of bicarbonate ion. अभी वो अंदर है किस फॉर्म में, बाइकार्बोनेट आयन के फॉर्म में, ये हमें याद रखना है. Okay, don't forget this. Now this bicarbonate ion which is there is accepted, you can say, by a 3-carbon compound, that is PEP, okay, and it gets converted into a 4-carbon compound. All right, so pay attention. This is in turn accepted by PEP, okay. So we show the arrow this way. PEP along with this bicarbonate ion. PEP stands for, it is a 3-carbon compound, it stands for phosphoenol pyruvate. I'll write up the full form over here. PEP, it stands for phosphoenol pyruvate. And this is a 3-carbon compound, okay. So 1 carbon is in the form of the bicarbonate ion. PEP itself is a 3-carbon compound and it gets converted into a 4-carbon compound, that is OAA. It stands for oxaloacetic acid. That also full form I am writing here. OAA is oxaloacetic acid, okay, and it is a 4-carbon compound. Remember this. This is clear? All right. This reaction takes place in the presence of the enzyme PEPCO. PEPCO. जैसे Rubisco था, वैसे PEPCO. PEPCO stands for what? That we will write down. I am writing that over here, okay? PEPCO stands for PEP carboxylase. It stands for PEP carboxylase. अब बच्चों यहाँ पे एक चीज खास ध्यान रखना है. रूबिस्को में हम लिख रहे थे कार्बोक्सिलेज ऑक्सीजिनेज, यहाँ पे ऐसा नहीं है, राइट. पेप्को इज ओनली कार्बोक्सिलेज, ये याद रखना, इट इज ओनली carboxylase. So don't get confused with that, okay, right. So here we have written PEPCO. मैं underline कर देती हूँ तो थोड़ा सा दिखेगा. This is clear, and it gets converted to form malic acid. Malic acid is also a 4-carbon compound. Oxaloacetic acid is converted to malic acid. And malic acid is also a 4-carbon compound. ठीक है. अब यहाँ पे एक चीज याद रखना है. Children, I need a little space, so I am removing this full form of oxaloacetic acid. Okay. And instead I am mentioning it here so that you don't forget. Okay, OAA, it is oxaloacetic acid. All right, 4-carbon compound. Okay, yeah. So as I said, oxaloacetic acid gets converted into malic acid, and malic acid is also a 4-carbon compound. But remember, or else, if oxaloacetic acid, this reaction I am showing it on a little outer side, pay attention, huh? ये और में याद रखना है, ठीक है. Oxaloacetic acid undergoes amination, that is addition of the amino group, right, and gets converted to aspartic acid. Aspartic acid is also a 4 carbon compound. ठीक है, तो either oxaloacetic acid is getting converted to malic acid or oxaloacetic acid undergoes amination, right, and it gets converted into aspartic acid. This is clear. Now whether, pay attention children, whether malic acid is formed or aspartic acid is formed, that from the mesophyll cell diffuses into the bundle sheath cell. तो यहाँ पे क्या आ गया है, malic acid. See children, this I am showing malic acid, but even aspartic acid if formed, that also will come down. Okay, so remember that. Now this malic acid, as we know, it is a 4 carbon compound. ये याद रखना. एक चीज जो मैं भूल चुकी हूँ आपको यहाँ पे बताना, ये याद रखो कि यहाँ पे जो ये फर्स्ट, एक्चुअली पेप इज द फर्स्ट कार्बन एक्सेप्टर बना है, तो कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड मॉलिक्यूल यहाँ पे इट इज, यू हैव टू कंसीडर इट इन द फॉर्म ऑफ बाइकार्बोनेट आयन. तो ये वाला जो प्रोसेस हुआ है उसको वहां पे याद करके लिख लेना, ये प्रोसेस हुआ कार्बोक्सिलेशन का, है ना, क्योंकि कार्बन मॉलिक्यूल, कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड इज बीइंग फिक्स्ड. ओके, तो ये प्रोसेस वो है, तो थोड़ा सा ध्यान रखना इस चीज को. ओके, नाउ दिस इज क्लियर. मैलिक एसिड हैज कम डाउन. कमिंग बैक, थोड़ा सा रिकॉल कर लेते हैं. Carbon dioxide when enters into the mesophyll cell reacts with the water which is already present in the mesophyll cell with the help of the enzyme carbonic anhydrase, or in the presence of, ऐसा बोल सकते हैं, it gets converted into carbonic acid. This carbonic acid splits, right, into protons, that is H plus, and the bicarbonate ions. This is clear. These bicarbonate ions are then accepted by PEP. PEP is a 3 carbon compound. PEP stands for what? Phosphoenol pyruvate. And the enzyme required for this process is PEPCO. PEPCO stands for PEP, phosphoenol pyruvate carboxylase. याद रखना है that it is only carboxylase, right? And the process which has taken place over here is called carboxylation. And hence, the first compound formed is oxaloacetic acid, which is a 4 carbon compound. बच्चे याद रखो, इसको हम C4 पाथवे इसीलिए बोल रहे हैं क्योंकि जो फर्स्ट कंपाउंड बना है इट इज अ 4 कार्बन कंपाउंड, है ना, इसलिए इसको C4 पाथवे बोला जाता है. C3 में 3 कार्बन कंपाउंड बन रहा था, है ना, इसलिए उसको हमने C3 बोला था, राइट, जबकि यहाँ पे इट इज अ 4 कार्बन कंपाउंड, सो वी आर कॉलिंग इट C4 pathway. Okay. अब oxaloacetic acid gets converted to malic acid. It itself is also 4 carbon compound. Now there are chances that if oxaloacetic acid undergoes amination, then it will get converted into aspartic acid. So या तो malic acid बना है या aspartic acid बना है, जो भी बना है that will diffuse into the bundle sheath cell. Now this is a 4 carbon compound, right? This one, this malic acid loses its 1 carbon in the form of carbon dioxide. Okay. Okay, green line नहीं चाहिए. Pay attention to this. It is losing its 1 carbon in the form of carbon dioxide and gets converted into pyruvate. Okay, you call pyruvate or we call pyruvic acid, right, or pyruvic acid. Both of the name means the same and we know that it is a 3 carbon compound, right. Now this हमने जब क्रैन्स एनाटॉमी वाला पोर्शन डिस्कस किया था, हाँ, अडेप्टेशन डिस्कस कर रहे थे, तब हमने बोला था, ठीक है, कि जो C3 साइकिल है वो शिफ्ट कहाँ है, बंडल शीथ सेल के अंदर. तो कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड जो रिलीज हुआ दैट विल बी नाउ एक्सेप्टेड बाय RUBP, है ना, RUBP उसको एक्सेप्ट कर लेगा. तो ये हमारा RuBP है, ठीक है। और इसने क्या किया, इसने इस कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड को एक्सेप्ट कर लिया, ठीक है, एंड इट अंडरगोज द होल C3 साइकिल। सो यहाँ पे हम दिखा रहे हैं C3 साइकिल, राइट। और यहाँ पे अब जो एंजाइम होगा वो क्या होगा, रूबिस्को, है ना। अब जो होगा वो होगा रूबिस्को, एंड अल्टीमेटली हम जानते हैं कि इधर क्या बनेगा, ग्लूकोज विल बी फॉर्म, एंड दिस व्हाट वी आर शोइंग इज द C3 साइकिल। समझ में आया? दिस मच इज क्लियर टू एवरीवन? ओके, नाउ वी नीड टू अंडरस्टैंड कि आगे ये पायरुवेट या पायरुविक एसिड जो बना है उसका क्या। सो दिस पायरुवेट डिफ्यूजेस इनटू द मेसोफिल सेल। तो अब पायरुविक एसिड कहाँ आया है, और यू से पायरुवेट, एनीथिंग that diffuses into the mesophyll cells. Now here what happens, it has to get converted back to PEP. Of course this is also a 3 carbon compound, PEP is also a 3 carbon compound, but in this conversion ATP is utilized. Now ATP gets converted to AMP. Now see, ATP stands for adenosine triphosphate and AMP stands for adenosine monophosphate. माने उसके जो 2 bonds थे, एनर्जी बॉन्ड्स थे, वो तोड़ दिए गए। अगर एक होता तो we would have written ADP, right? But we have written what, AMP. और बेटर समझने के लिए you can take it in this form, pay attention over here, okay, that either I can write it as, इसका मायने अगर हम समझने की कोशिश करें, so it is A B, okay, एनर्जी कंटेनिंग बॉन्ड्स हैं तो हम थोड़ा zigzag बना देते हैं, राइट, एंड दिस वे, ये हो गया ATP। तो अगर ये AMP बन रहा है तो क्या हुआ है, ये 2 बॉन्ड्स ऐसे टूटेंगे, करेक्ट। So 2 inorganic phosphates will be released, है ना। या तो हम इसको ऐसे समझ सकते हैं या हम ये ले सकते हैं, we will take up 2 ATP molecules and we convert it to 2 ADP. It is one and the same, right? It is one and the same. Anything. Either you take ATP getting converted to AMP or we consider it as 2 ATPs are consumed to form 2 ADPs. Okay, so this process happens and again it gets converted to PEP. So children, this is how the entire process takes place. This is clear? Okay, यहाँ पे अब हम कैलकुलेट करते हैं कि कितने ATP मॉलिक्यूल्स यूज हुए, ठीक है। यहाँ पे कहीं पे कितने ATP मॉलिक्यूल्स यूज हुए, लेट अस अंडरस्टैंड दैट। हम थोड़ा सा इसको ऊपर ले लेते हैं so that we can remember. Okay, now रिकॉल करते हैं C3 साइकिल को। हमने क्या किया था कि इन C3 साइकिल कितने ATP खर्च हो रहे हैं पर ग्लूकोज मॉलिक्यूल बनाने के लिए, माने एक ग्लूकोज बनाने के लिए कितने ATP की रिक्वायरमेंट है। सो इफ यू कैन रिमेंबर the C3 cycle, we had talked that ATP per glucose we calculated were 18, if you can remember. Now let us talk in case of C4. मैं C4 इधर लिख रही हूँ, okay? In C4 cycle. Now same thing I am calculating, ATP required for synthesis of 1 glucose molecule, ठीक है। तो इसमें 18, क्योंकि यहाँ पे ये C3 होना है, वो तो होंगे ही होंगे, है ना। तो हमने 18 तो लिखना ही लिखना है, प्लस अगर इस पे ध्यान दो हाँ, इस पे ध्यान दो, 2 ATP। अब जैसे एक ग्लूकोज के लिए इस साइकिल को भी हमने C3 साइकिल को हमने 6 बार करना है, करेक्ट। 6 केल्विन साइकिल्स आर रिक्वायर्ड फॉर सिंथेसिस ऑफ 1 ग्लूकोज। तो वैसे ये भी 6 टाइम्स होना पड़ेगा ना ये करने के लिए, करेक्ट। सो 6 into every time 2 ATP is used. So if 6 times the cycle has to run, it is going to use what? How many? 12 more. 6 into 2. तो ये हो गया 18 ATP, ये तो C3 के हो गए, प्लस ये कंसिडर करके 12 एक्स्ट्रा, तो कितने हुए? 30 ATP. So as per C4 pathway, if glucose molecule has to be synthesized, then 30 ATP are required for synthesis of 1 glucose molecule. जबकि C3 cycle में for synthesis of 1 glucose molecule, how many are required? 18 are required. So C4 pathway is an expensive process. It is an expensive process. ज़्यादा ATP खर्च हो रहे हैं, right? So C4 pathway is an expensive process. I hope children you all have understood the entire C4 pathway. In the next video we will be discussing or we will compare the C3 and C4 plants to understand certain points of comparison which will even help you to remember things and help you to solve MCQs bit faster, right? Hope you have followed this cycle pretty well. Thank you and Jai Bharat.